Hello and happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. Thank you so very much for tuning in to 98.3 FM, The Life. You're listening to Bacon Bits with Master Happiness. And of course, I'm your host, Marty Love. I come at you every single Monday night at 7 o'clock to talk about your career, your job, your career, your vision made clear, the skills that you hone for the business that you own, the ups and downs, the smiles and frowns, where you're at and where you're bound. And if you miss any of today's episode, tune in later in the week and you will find the recording on Bacon Bits with Master Happiness anywhere you listen to podcasts. So as you know, I'm always on a quest to bring you the industry best and always with a very special guest. And today is nothing different. What are on number 4 over there, right? So let's give that a shot. So today is Agnieszka Maroney.
Woohoo!
There you go.
Said it correctly.
Exactly. I'm learning. Somebody asked me about your name, and I had to teach them how to say it too. Yeah, I said,
that's an important job.
It's like 13 syllables, so you'll get through it. So Agnieszka, you've been a returning guest here now. This is the third time's a charm, right?
So
you're practically a regular. Okay. Yeah, I think it's when you hit 5, you get a shirt. So,
okay.
So we'll see.
I got to keep coming back.
Exactly.
Can't mess this up.
That's right. That's right. So, today we're going to be talking a little bit about putting the fun in fundraising. And I really wanted to do this because I do a lot of work with some charities, a number of different ones. I'm going to throw those names out there later in the show, but a number of them where fundraising is important. And I remember as a kid getting into like muscular dystrophy, the March of Dimes and things like that, because I thought this was really cool, a cool thing to do. But it got tough when you start becoming the person asking people for money, right? And you start second guessing yourself. Or on the flip side, right? When you're the person being asked and you're like, oh man, I feel terrible because I can't say yes to everyone, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I want to dig into a little bit about that and talk to you, but I also really want to speak about some of the fundraisers that are coming up right around the corner, especially for your organization, TOTS. All right. We've got 2 things coming up this weekend.
Double trouble.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a very busy weekend. Plus, I've got a whole bunch of stuff in between that and all around that. So I'm doing a number of different things, but that keeps us living, right? Keeps us breathing. So before we go into it, I just want you to introduce yourself again, because you probably say Agnieszka better than I do. All right. And I want you to introduce yourself. Tell us what TOTS is, what's going on, and tell us about some of these cool milestones. All right. I'm very excited about it. And then tell us where we can find you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Back to you.
So yes, TOTS is kind of the short name that we use for TOTS Therapeutic Child Care Center, which is basically just a full-time daycare or preschool, whichever term you prefer, for children with disabilities. So started fundraising about 4 years ago. We opened up a pilot group in December, and now we are moving on to our standalone building where we can have our own children, our own DCFS license that we're going to work towards at hopefully a larger group of kids than we do currently. We've been serving 3 kids for several months now, and it's been going awesome. We just graduated one little girl out because she just crushed her goals and went on to a traditional daycare. And then we had 2 little guys go off to kindergarten. So we're moving right along. We're able to help real families, and it's been fun to see the dream finally come alive.
Nice.
So it's been good. Yeah.
So where can they find you?
Where can they find me? So let's see. We are online, totscenter.org. But physically, we are currently inside of the Hope Collective Church in Lake Zurich. We're just using a room in their basement that they have graciously donated to us. And their entire campus. And then our new building, I'm not going to share too much just yet.
No, just tell us kind of the
but
city.
It's in Mundelein.
Nice,
yes.
nice.
So we are moving into Mundelein.
Exciting.
Here we come.
Okay, and then you're on Facebook and Instagram.
Instagram as well. Yep.
Do you know what the names are?
The handle.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
At TOTS Center.
Nice,
so it's the same website and same handle for social media.
Fantastic. Great job.
Yep.
All right. So Agnieszka, what we're going to do is, like I said, I want to talk a little bit about fundraising. And I think this is, I wanted the show to be more about, hey, what can we do for TOTS? I wanted to talk about fundraising in general, because one of the things that I really appreciate about you is that you have a difficult time asking people for money. Okay.
That's very nice of you to say that. I appreciate that.
Yes, exactly. Well, because it's that just shows that you have a dream, a vision. You care about what you're doing, but you also care about other people, and you
Mhm.
understand that other people have dreams and visions too. And
Mhm.
so you never want to come across too persuasive, too pushy,
Pushy, yeah.
etc. Right? And I like that about you. And so hopefully, maybe today, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into that a little bit. All
Mhm.
right, and maybe come up with ways for people out there who are listening, either they're the askers or they are the donators, what goes through, and hopefully we can empathize on both ends there.
Mhm.
Okay, so let me ask you, what's the toughest part for you? Let me ask you straight out, what's the toughest part for you to ask for people? Because first off, tell me why tots therapeutic childcare needs the money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So our parents, a big question that I get from people is it a free daycare? And it is absolutely not free. Parents do pay tuition, but they pay tuition that they would pay at the daycare down the road. However, because we're dealing with children with disabilities, we do need a lot more equipment, a lot more teachers. The staff has to be more trained. And so, we would have to basically triple tuition to make that to
Right.
cover those costs. And that just from an equity standpoint, I just don't believe that. So I charge parents what they would pay at a daycare down the road, and then fundraising fills in the rest. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So do you get any grants or anything like that?
We have
Work
had some small grants, nothing from the government, but all local family foundations and just local townships and Rotary clubs. So yes, we have had some
Fantastic.
good
And
luck with
so
that.
so that's got to be tough. This part of what you're doing, the fundraising, this is an ongoing thing.
Yeah,
This isn't
it
like we're
doesn't stop.
fundraising for 6 months and then we're finished. This is just going to be
No.
part of your regular
Hmm.
business, your day to
Yes.
day.
Yeah.
So you got a board of directors, and I'm so happy and excited and honored that you would ask me to join.
Thank
Uh,
you.
because yeah,
I
anything
need you.
right. Thank you so much. Because I want to help you, and I want to help you design that whole idea, the plan to get people to understand why this is really important. This
Yeah.
is a great thing. And everyone has to understand we all have limited amount of funds
Hmm.
to give,
Yeah.
right? And it's tough when you're saying, well, I give to this organization, I give to this organization. I can't spread myself too thin.
Hmm.
And we never want to be the ones to say, well, stop giving to them and give it to us instead,
Right.
right?
Right. Right.
Right. But I think there's got to be something for people to understand that even the smallest amount
Absolutely.
does something. You
Yes.
know, uh, it would be great if you could give everyone saying, "Hey, I'm going to give you $100 a month," right? That would be wonderful if you can get a whole bunch of people. But if you can't, and you can get someone who says, "I can give $20 a month,"
Yeah.
all right, and suddenly 5 people do that, there you just suddenly hit that
Exactly.
$100 a month. And
Exactly.
I think it's important for business owners, individuals, etc., to understand that that's all it takes
Right.
is take a look at something and say, I can afford this.
Hmm.
Okay. It's cool. And you correct me if I'm wrong. It would be wonderful if somebody goes, here's $1,000, right? That would be really nice. Or here's $10,000. Here's 100,000, right? I mean, might as well open it up. I don't know who's
Right.
listening,
Right.
right? But that's nice. But would you rather have people to say, what I'd like to do is give you $20 a month
Hmm.
and say, we're going to try to do this for the next 5 years,
Exactly.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, absolutely. My husband always says, "Oh, by the way, I forgot. Need to give my husband a shout out. Happy birthday, Keith. I'm not sure if you're
Nice.
listening or if you're wrangling the kids tonight because you're home with all four of them. But happy birthday. But anyway,
Nice. There you go.
there we
And
go.
good. Do that
That was
early
my
before the kids are asleep, right?
Yes,
There you go.
exactly. That was my terrible plug that I meant to say at the beginning. But yes, my husband always says, I would rather have you find 1,000 people to give you $10 than one
Yes.
person to give you 10,000. So,
Yes.
or
Yes.
however that math works out. But it's absolutely true because if that one big donor falls off, there goes your business.
Completely.
But when you have a whole, village of people donating,
Right,
even the
right.
smallest amounts, that's really what's going to drive you further.
Yeah, it's always easier to get one more person to give $10. And if you lose one or two of those, it doesn't affect you that way.
Exactly. Yep.
Perfect. Great idea. So when I'm going to go back to this, what do you think your apprehension? What do you think what is it that stops you from asking? What is it stops you from just running door to door and going, "Hey, this is what I do. This is amazing. Give me some money."
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So
My biggest thing is, I mean, my husband and I have always been on a fairly tight budget. I mean, we're okay.
Yeah.
But we don't have a lot of extra to give.
Okay.
And so when we give, it's always very purposeful and very, targeted towards the missions that we're really passionate about. And so when I'm on this side of it, I feel like I want to build that relationship first and not ask for too much too early.
Okay, sure.
And I'm learning the art of that. There's such an art to fundraising, right? To
Yes,
relationship
yes.
building. I feel like 90% of your relationship should be relationship building
Yep, yep.
and going deeper. So that's been my apprehension. I just know that people are in all, various walks of life. Some people, $20 is a lot for them to give. And so I just don't know who those people are. And so I just don't want to ask too much and make people feel uncomfortable,
Right,
because
right.
I know how that has felt for us when we haven't been able to give to other people.
Sure,
So,
sure.
but then I've met the people that are, just extraordinarily generous and are able to do it. And so I'm, learning that sometimes it's okay to ask because people want to give. They just need to be asked. So,
Right, right. Sometimes they go through life and they suddenly realize, wait, you needed me? You needed something
right.
from
You
me? I
needed
didn't know.
5,000? You
Yeah,
didn't tell me.
yeah, exactly. I put it on the horses, you know,
Right, exactly.
whatever. All right. So I came up with some ideas for you. I want you to think about these things and I want you to take it to heart because I want you to push through this because it's what you're doing is extremely important.
Thank you.
It's
I agree.
very noble. I admire you for what you're doing. I love the dream that you've got here, and I want to see if I can help you.
Mhm.
But one of my goals being on your board is to push you to become so that you become
I need to be pushed.
that's right. You become the one who's really going to go out there and do this. All right. So the first thing I need you to do is think about this, that it's about the cause. It's not, you're talking about the cause. You're not talking about you. So
Mhm.
it's not you, Agnieszka, asking for money.
Yeah.
You're asking for money on behalf of the company, the cause, the kids.
The kids, their families.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're
Mhm.
saying, all I want you to do is think about this. Can you help the kids? Not me. I'm not interested in anything. I don't want anything.
Yeah.
And I think when we are asking for donations for everything, we get a little self-conscious, like these people are going to judge me
Yeah.
because I'm the one asking.
Mhm.
But I think the more you talk about what it is, like these kids need this. This is for the organization. It's not for me. And just keep saying the group. It's for Tot Center. It's for the kids. That
Right.
kind of stuff. The more you do that, the more you get in the mindset that you're asking for them. You're not asking for yourself.
Right.
And although this is your baby, your
Mhm.
dream,
Yeah.
okay, you're not asking to fulfill your dream. You're asking to help these kids.
Right. Right.
All
I think part of it's too because I do pay myself. I'm there. I mean, I
Yeah.
do have a salary, and so there is
Sure.
that component to it of like, this is fundraising for my salary, and so
Right.
but I just need to get past that
I
because
know.
you're right. I'm the one that is helping the kids.
Certainly.
I'm part of the
Yeah.
project. So,
Yeah. And you know what? And you just started taking a salary not that long ago.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I mean,
A
it's been
long time
you've been
without it.
right. You've been doing really a lot of work. So you deserve that because of the work you put into it.
Thank you.
You are the person who I mean, it's not like we're a paid board and you've got 30 employees and we're waiting, you know.
Right.
It's the idea is we're all here to make that dream come true. But I
Mhm.
want you to understand that there's a reason even for you. You're the main purpose. Can you if you walked away from this, all right,
It
what
be
would
gone.
end up happening, right? I mean, if you
Right.
got sick for a month, the
Mhm.
rest of us on the board would be walking in circles. I don't know.
All
What,
right.
what do you think she wants us to do? I don't know. All right. So anyway, so I want you to always think about that.
Yes.
Next is make it personal to the people. When you're
Mhm.
talking to them, get them to picture this idea of picture the kids. All right. And understand, make them understand what's going through and how it's, we live in a society in a lot of ways, it seems unfair for these kids with these special needs to
Mhm.
not be able to have that full life.
Right.
Okay. And it's already rough to have things that some people will view you as less than,
Mhm.
right? It's
Mhm.
already tough to be like that, but then
Yeah.
to be able to say, I can't do these kids can't do daycare because one of their parents has to stay home with them.
Yeah.
They can't afford it, so one person can't go. Both people can't work, or that because they can't afford it. So even the parents, picture a parent. You've got to make it personal. Get the people to see the story and understand that.
Mhm.
All
Mhm.
right.
Yeah, and a lot of people can relate to that. I mean,
Certainly.
most everybody you meet has had kids in childcare of some sort, right? Whether it's a nanny at home or
Yep.
one of the parents stayed home or whatnot, they understand the financial implications of that.
Yeah.
So that's an easy way to make that personal connection. For
Completely.
Sure. Mhm.
I look at this and I always look back and I go, I was so lucky. When my kids were born, I had my mother-in-law who came and she would
Mhm.
spend a week with us, all right, and watch the kids, right? And then the next week she would stay at home and we would bring the kids over to her, right? So we always
That's
had
amazing.
someone, right?
Yeah.
And not everyone has that ability,
Right.
right? And people want adults. We have a desire and a need to explore our own life too.
Yeah.
All right. And it's easy to say, oh, but I'm devoting my life to my children. That's good. But you need, like they say in the airplane, you got to put your mask on first before you can help someone else.
Absolutely.
All right. So you have to go out of your way to do that. The other thing is be really transparent. And when you're talking to somebody, just imagine like we're walking down the street. We're asking a neighbor here for money. This whole thing, you're going to talk to them about the company. You're going to talk to them about TOTS. You're going to try to picture that, get them to picture that, get them to understand what life would have been like, and be very transparent. This is what where the money goes to. This is how difficult it is. This is because you had said one time that some of the kids you're envisioning will and already are like a one-on-one, right? A teacher or a healthcare person is a one-on-one with the kids.
Yes.
Versus in regular daycare, is it as much as like 1 to 10 or 1 to 20?
Yeah, 1 to 15, I think, is the highest for 5-year-olds.
Okay.
And then it just depends on the age. So infants start at 1 to 4, and then everything in between that.
So when it's interesting because you said this could be 3 times as much, and I'm sitting here going, wow, but you're going to have sometimes, right? Exactly. Right. Because if it's 1 to 15 and at your place, it could be one-on-one. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. And I think you have to be transparent so people understand that. And then, just the other thing is you always practice gratitude with everything. And I think anyone and everyone who gives you something, even if it's nickels, okay, you have to just go out of your way and just tell them how grateful you are for them, for their existence, for their help.
Yeah.
Okay. If somebody goes, look, all I can do is give you $5. Please don't come back and ask me because I have no more to give. Okay. That's a real tough one. For me, I would say, you know what? Hold on to the $5.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. I'm not going to take you there.
Yeah. I don't want to put people in a hardship because of it.
Right. But I'll be back next week. Okay.
Of course you will.
Yeah, exactly.
I will not be going to that one with you, Marty. You're alone.
All right. But I want us to understand that it's really important that we have to focus on the goal.
Right.
All right. And be truthful on it. And we have to step away from, and this goes with anyone who's ever asking for donations. Like I said, I work with a number of different charities, and there's a lot of people who just can't do this. Right. And I've worked with some places, we do quite a bit at Buffalo Creek Brewing in Long Grove. And there's some volunteers who they walk up and down, and I'm like, hey, we're about to have a contest. I need you to ask everyone for $5, $10, $20, whatever the deal is. And they come back, nobody wants to do it. I'm like, what do you mean nobody? That's what they're here for. You go back out there and do it again and point to them and share that idea of it's got to be the excitement. Hey, you're about to play a game. We're going to have a lot of fun here. Okay, you've got to be able to do this. And it's really tough for some people. But if we keep our eye on the prize and understand this is the goal, this is what we need to do. Okay, this is not me. I'm just the vehicle to help you get your money to these kids who need it.
Exactly.
Okay. And I know that's really tough. And you're sitting there going, oh, Marty, I was really hoping that some magic words. Those aren't working for me yet. Right?
I'm really good at like filling out a grant application and submitting documents, via email, all that. But the face-to-face asking, I don't know if I'll ever be as good as you are.
I'm telling you, at the upcoming event, one of them, I am going to give you the mic and I'm going to have you ask for a donation. All right. So this is going to be good. This will be fun. All right.
You're pushing me out of my comfort zone already.
You have to. Right? You're already going, why did I come on the show again? Right.
Yeah.
So now you know why it takes 5 to get a shirt. It's tougher and tougher every time you're here.
You're pushing me.
Yes. Okay. Now on the flip side, I want people to understand that I get phone calls like all the time. Someone, hey, can you help with this? Can you donate to this? Man, it'd be so wonderful if you could do this. And you sit here and like I try to donate blood as much as possible because I think of that as something is fairly easy to do.
Yeah.
All right. If I'm going to listen to a podcast or something, I'll just sit there. You stick the needle in me, suck my blood out, right? We'll do whatever.
Sure. Have a pint.
Exactly. Right. That's easy. And I can produce more of that blood, or so they say. I don't know. But to give up money that I've earned, worked on it, I have to look at that and say, how much can I give? And I think everyone has to do this whole thing of going, first off, we have to set boundaries and we have to be able to say, I can only give this much. Okay. Now I'm going to share a story with you here that I think you'll appreciate is that let's say, and just to round it all out, that people earn $100,000 a year, just to make it a nice round number, $100,000 a year. And they give $100. Okay. And they say, here's a great charity. Here's $100. Any charity is going to say, thank you. Right.
Yeah.
But think about that. They gave 1/10 of 1% of what they earn in a year.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 1/10 of 100%. Okay. I'm not judging. Give what you can. Right. So
Right.
that's it. But then I saw this video of a homeless man, like sleeping on the curb,
Mm-hmm.
and a guy walks over and hands the guy $100.
Mm.
Right. And the homeless guy takes the $100, is like so grateful, like, oh my God, this is like a life-changing amount of money to him,
Yeah.
right? This is everything. He has
Yeah.
nothing. He doesn't know where his next meal is going to come from. So they get that from a distance, they have a camera and they're following the guy, and he goes into a liquor store, right? And the guy on the camera is like, oh, I knew I shouldn't have given him the money. What's he going to spend the money on, right?
Mm-hmm.
He comes out with like 2 grocery bags because it was a liquor store, grocery store, right?
Okay.
And he walks towards a park, right? And he starts handing out food to all these other homeless people.
Oh,
And
that's
the
awesome.
change he's got, he's handing all out dollars to everyone else, right? And I suddenly realized what that person did right there was
Mm-hmm.
gave everything they had.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
somebody who's making 100,000 gives $100, gives 1/10 of 1%,
Mm-hmm.
which again, if that's what you want to give, that's what you
Right.
feel
Still
comfortable
great.
with.
Mm-hmm.
But there are people out there that give absolutely everything. That
Yeah.
guy doesn't know if he's ever going to get any more money.
Right.
But what he did was he saw other people in need and he understands the need.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a powerful thing just to think about, that there are people out there that give more than they can afford to give.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're not asking people to do that.
Right.
Where I'm asking people as a donor is to set boundaries and say, this is what I'm comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
I also tell you as a donor, say, this is what I'm comfortable with. Step away from it, come back the next day and say, is that the right amount? Maybe I
Mm-hmm.
want to raise it. Maybe I want to lower it, whatever it is, but set boundaries so you are comfortable with it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Take some time and decide where you want that money to go.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it best? Where do you think your money is going to do the best work?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't second guess it after you give it. Don't second guess like, well, what are you doing with this? What's going on? You found a place, you give the money, let
Mm-hmm.
them do the best they can
Yeah.
with it.
And you gave to them because you trust that organization.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Right. The next is ask questions about the money in the beginning before you decide I'm going to give you this money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ask questions so you're interviewing, reading up, etc. All right, so that you feel comfortable. But
Mm-hmm.
once you give someone a gift, it is no longer yours; it's theirs.
Right.
Okay, and then last is find some joy in giving.
Mm-hmm.
Find I always like this idea, and I think I talked with you about it at one point in time, is the idea of covert kindness. Okay. This idea of giving anonymously,
Mm.
giving someone and walk away before they can have a chance to say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I think that's the most powerful thing. That's the real time that you feel the most joy in giving.
Absolutely. I mean, that's how St. Nicholas came about, right? Because
There you go.
He was secretly giving through the chimney because
Right.
he didn't want the family to know who it was.
Yeah,
And
there
we
you go.
read the story every year with our kids. I'm like, this is the heart of generosity. This is what it should be, right?
Exactly.
Not this just. Oh, I mean, don't get me started on the over commercialization of holidays, but
But
that's where it starts. It's the heart of giving and why you're doing
Right.
it. Yes.
Because I always say, as soon as you give something and stand there and wait for a thank you,
Yeah.
you've turned it into a transaction.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. Now, if you need a thank you, we will gladly take your money. Okay. And we will write you a thank you. We'll yell out thank you. We'll scream your name from the rooftops if that's what you need.
Throw it on social media.
Right.
All the things.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's good because
Mhm.
people need something in return. But I encourage people to reach out and try to dig down deep inside themselves and find the real joy in giving.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be the best thing you can do.
I can't quote the research on it, but I think I've heard that they're, one of the best cures for depression is to give your time and give your resources.
Oh, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I always talk about this, my favorite Chinese saying. Okay. I'm not going to say it in Chinese.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to do it in English because I'm a master of that language too. All right. Is if you want to be happy for an hour, take a nap. If you want to be happy for a day, go fishing. If you want to be happy for a year, inherit some money or win some money. But if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, be in service of other people.
Oh, I like that.
And
Yeah.
it's so true when you think about it, because even if I won a bunch of money, that is it's that joy is fleeting. You get
Mhm.
used to that level,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But if you serve people, you help people, you give to people, you're just listen to people, be a shoulder for
Mhm.
them to lean on. That is the greatest amount of joy. You feel so good about yourself every single day.
Yeah. And when you give to certain organizations, whatever charity you choose, and I feel like that money multiplies, right? Like your $100 for
Yep.
this organization can help a family who can mean, that means that a family is able to go back to work or mom and dad can go back to work.
Yes.
Like that $100 means so much more versus you keeping it for yourself and going to buy, $100 worth of whatever stuff.
Whatever. Right.
So it's when you give it, it multiplies.
It goes on and on and on.
Exactly.
Right.
Hmm.
And we all hear about these stories about people who were down and out. They had a rough time. They got charity. Somebody helped them out, and then
Hmm.
once they got on their feet, they just go out and help as many people as possible.
Right, right. Yeah, the classic give a man a fish versus teach a man to fish, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think it's so important when we think about that, because then when you say, if I give you $1, there's a chance, an opportunity that maybe that dollar is the thing that sways someone, right? And pushes them a little bit further.
Yes.
And they suddenly go, all right, I'm going to give $10. And then that $10 convinces somebody else or a group of people. It's 100, then it's 1,000, then it's
Mhm.
10,000, etc. And I think that's what's so important about just $1, giving $1.
Exactly.
Okay. So before we jump in any further, what I want to do is talk about the 2 events that are coming up for TOTS. And this is right around the corner, September
Woohoo.
6th and September
Mhm.
7th. This is a crazy weekend coming up. So I'll tell you what, I'll talk about the first one.
Okay.
All right. And then you can talk about the second one. So this Saturday in Long Grove, in a place called Buffalo Creek Brewing, we are having the 3rd annual Bacon Bash. It's just a festival for those people who love to praise the lard, right? So we'll have some bacon flavored pizza there, bacon paninis. I found somebody curbside pizzeria that is just doing a great job bending over backwards, twisting their menu to make bacon everybody's favorite food again, right? So it'll be fun. We're going to be the School of Rock will be playing music at this event.
Excellent.
We're going to have some games. We had Riverside Chocolate Factory donate some chocolate covered bacon. Orchard Prime Meats is donating some bacon. And of course, we've got Joni's Pizza in Long Grove donating bacon pizza. So what we've got there is we got some great prizes. We're going to have a lot of games, a lot of fun. It's from 2 to 5 in Long Grove, Buffalo Creek Brewing. And that is Saturday. But then Sunday, the fun continues. So it's to you.
So you can undo all the bacon. We have our 5K for all, from babies to grandparents. So it's truly a 5K for all. So many people that say, "Oh, I'm not a runner." Honestly, I cannot run a 5K right now either. It is truly for everybody. So you can walk it, you can do the 1K. We have a 50-yard for the little kids, and then a 5-yard crawl for the infants. It's always so fun. So I'm super excited for that. And again, it's not about the 5K. It's not about the timing. We did not do the running company this year because the time really doesn't matter. It's about coming out, bringing your friends, having a good time, supporting a good cause, getting some fresh air. Let's get a little bit of summer as we can, while we can. And just come out. We'll have a full buffet, a breakfast buffet donated by Rise and Dine in Wheeling. So I'm really looking forward to that. There's probably going to be bacon there.
Nice.
So there's still bacon at the 5K.
Right. Nice.
Whole Foods in Killdeer just donated all of our waters, granola bars, and bananas. So we've got that. We've got a ton of kids activities afterwards. So just come out with the whole family. And again, it's from babies to grandparents. It is on Grandparents' Day. Grandparents get a special price of just $15 just to honor them. And that goes back to me honoring the grandparents, because a lot of times they are the child care for our kids with disabilities when there is no daycare for them. So I wanted to honor the grandparents in that way. So if you are a grandparent, or if you have a grandparent, invite them and just, bring the whole family and enjoy a good time.
Wonderful. Great. You know something about that event.
It's our 4th annual.
Is it your 4th?
We got one year
on
up
me.
on you.
All right. Nice. Yeah. So both events are going to be specific about raising money for TOTS Therapeutic Childcare. So this is really exciting. The other thing I forgot to mention is we are also raffling off a giant rolling bar.
I'm so excited about this bar. It's
so
awesome.
excited. I haven't looked at how many people donated, but that's all right. I'm waiting to see. So it's very cool. It's a very cool bar. I encourage you to go to masterhappiness.com/bacon bash. Okay, so masterhappiness.com/bacon bash, all one word there. Or you go to totscenter.org. You'll find the links there. You're going to see this. Go online, make a simple donation. I think we're asking for like $25.
$25, yep.
Okay. And somebody's going to win this. And it's a cool bar. It's all made of recycled materials. It's got an old toboggan top, wheelchair wheels. It's a really sharp shape, right? It's a really fun bar. It's donated by a group that I'm part of called the Brotherhood of the Traveling Pints, where we build these bars all out of reclaimed materials and help charities like this, like our favorite, Tots.
I just love that the bottom of the bar is made with playground pieces.
Yes, that's true.
It's got kids just written all over it. Yes,
right?
I love
Right.
it.
So, so it's fun. If nothing else, at least come on Saturday to see the bar, okay? And then we'll get some money out of you for something else, all right? Because there'll be plenty of events. All right, we're about to take a break, but before we do that, what I want to do is really quick, Agnieszka, the second part of this our show, we're going to jump into the bacon. All right. The reason it's called Bacon Bits is everyone knows that everything bacon touches just becomes a little bit better. But on this show, we're not talking about the bacon for chewing. Do you know what the words are?
The bacon for doing.
There you go. Oh, my heart just
listen. I'm a pro.
I've
been here twice already. Okay.
My heart skipped the beat, and it wasn't because of eating bacon. All right. That was beautiful. All right. So today, what we're going to be doing is the acronym BACON. For fundraising is this. B is build relationships. It's very important to understand that, to befriend people who have the same common interest and can understand the goal. A is add value. Make them understand where their money is going to, that it's not just being wasted. Make them see that. C is create experiences. And this is what we're going to get into as far as, this is why we're not just saying, hey, can you send in money? We're doing a 5K bacon bash. This is a lot of great stuff. O is offer options. There's a lot of different ways that you can donate. It's not just giving us cash. All right. Of course, cash is king. All right. And then N, of course, is be naturally grateful. Okay. And that's exactly what we're at. So we're going to take a small break, if you don't mind, Agnieszka. Yes, we're going to take a small break, and then we're going to come right back. We're going to talk about a couple of other places that are looking for donations. And let's see if we can bounce our heads together and see if we can make them work. Let me see if I can find the right, there we go. All right. And we will get them to, we'll get some other people some money as well. All right. So please hang on.
Programming on 98.3 The Life is sponsored in part by Oxtail Market. Oxtail Market is the Schultze Family Farms retail store providing meat products direct from their own third-generation Wisconsin farms. Oxtail Market, they're bringing that farm-fresh experience of steaks and beef to their neighbors in Illinois. Oxtail Market now has 2 Lake County locations, 777 South Milwaukee Avenue, that's Route 83, Unit J in Lake Villa, and their newest store is at 277 Peterson Road in Libertyville. They can be reached at 224-372-1021 by pressing 1 for Lake Villa or 2 for Libertyville. For more information, their website is www.oxtailmarket.com. Hi, this is Ronald Curtis Grace, host of the Ear Candy Emporium show right here on 98.3 FM The Life. Join us every Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. Central Time. We'll share some great music, have a laugh or two, and get your weekend started on the right note. That's the Ear Candy Emporium show, the home of sweet musical treats, every Friday afternoon from 4 to 6, right here on 98.3 FM The Life. Or you can catch us streaming live at 983thelife.com. See you then.
Hey, I am Mark Shahan, listening to my show from 1 to 3. I am playing doo-wop and oldies but goodies every Monday after Chuck Manners here at WRLR 98.3 The Life.
Hello, listeners. Cliff Sayers here. I'm inviting you to join me noon Fridays for This Rock's Got a Roll show on 98.3 FM The Life. I play music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and today.
The Life 98.3. Life's hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and now.
And we are back. Thank you so very much for staying tuned into 98.3 FM The Life. I'm here with my special guest, Agnieszka Maroney. You're listening to Bacon Bits with Master Happiness. And today we're talking about putting the fun in fundraising, whether you are an asker or a donor. Let's make a good time for all of us. Agnieszka is the owner, the president, the empress of Tots Center.
Founder. Okay.
Founder. You like
I
founder?
don't own anything.
Yeah, all right.
It's all been given.
All right, there you go. So the founder and chief of Tots Therapeutic Childcare. And so we've got a couple of great events coming up this Saturday and Sunday. Go to totscenter.org, right? Totscenter.org. Learn about the Bacon Bash on Saturday and the 5K for all. I got to tell you, so this is what's absolutely incredible. Years ago, a long time ago, there was in Chicago, they had a 0.05K. It was the Bacon Run, right? And
you were there, weren't
oh my
you?
God, we had to run 65 feet, and then it was all the bacon you could eat.
That is hilarious.
Yes.
And probably thousands of people came.
Oh my God,
hundreds of people came to that.
So amazing. No, it was thousands. It was because they had, I think, they didn't do a 5. I don't think they had a 5K, but they had like a 500 yard, a 50 yard, and then the 0.05K. And I was like, yes, I'm all about
same
that.
idea.
Right, exactly. So I might add in next year. We're going to mix and match and throw in a 0.05K at the Bacon Bash and get people to run to get bacon. All right.
That's the part that's so fun about some of the ideas that I've heard from fundraising as I've been learning everything. I'm like, how does this become so popular? But it's fun and it's bacon and it brings people out.
Exactly. Right. So with that, what I want to do is, so I'm going to just mention a couple of the other places that I'm helping raise some money. So first off is an organization called Food for Friends. All right. And it's a great absolutely wonderful organization. It's a little late in the game, but they're having their 22nd annual fundraising golf outing tomorrow. So you'd have to really get to them quickly and say, I want to golf. But I want you to check out, it is foodforfriends.org. So you can reach them at info@foodforfriends.org. It's a great organization. I just got involved with them and I'll be at the fundraiser tomorrow. I'm their MC. I'm doing a little keynote address for them. So I'm very pumped up, very excited about it. I met these guys and we've had multiple conversations and their hearts are enormous. Okay. The other one that I work with, and this has been maybe 4 or 5 years in a row I've done this, is the Veterans Path of Hope. Okay. It's an incredible organization that helps veterans, that helps them with where to live, helps them get themselves back on their feet. It just helps veterans with whatever they need. Whereas Food for Friends helps those people who are having a difficult time with their next meal. Veterans Path of Hope helps veterans in every way possible. So they have this thing on. Can you believe they're doing something September 6th? Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about it. No, they're doing a lead farm live. I think it's a fishing trip, or no, it's like a concert or something, but that's later. The Bacon Bash ends.
So it is a fishing trip or a concert?
No, the fishing trip is the next one. This is a concert.
Right.
Right, exactly. So that's right. I don't want them to go to that. It interferes with mine. No, it's a concert. It's a big thing. Go to their spot, veteranspathofhope.org. That's what you want to go to find all the mistakes in what I'm saying. They also have this thing called the Moon Pie Outdoor Fishing Trip, and that's September 8th.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's it. I wrote that down. Good. All right. Later, they have the 9th annual Ruck March. You know what a Ruck March is?
I know.
All right. A ruck, I believe, is that backpack that vets wear.
Okay.
And I think they fill it with rocks or something.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I'm sitting here going, I barely want to run the 0.05K. And these guys are doing a Ruck March. And it's a Ruck March of Lake County. It's their 9th annual, and that's September 13th. And then the part that I'm involved in that I'm excited is their biggest event. It's their fundraising gala. All right. And again, go to veteranspathofhope.org. I'm emceeing part of that. I'm the guy who gets people to open their wallets. Okay. So
you're good at that.
we just have a really fun time with that. All right. So those are the two. And then last but not least, want to talk about this station. 98.3, we are having what we're calling the Geo Awards. And it was really interesting. I had to look up what Geo meant, and it stands for somebody in the past. I don't even know. I can't remember. So that's how good I am at this. All right.
You're really good with details, Marty.
That's my strong suit. But the Geo Awards, we're having a gala, and everyone is invited to this. It's September 26th. Like I said, everyone's invited as long as you buy a ticket. All right. And that money is helping this. This is a not-for-profit, a community radio station. We share information. We give people the opportunity to share their voice, their ideas, their thoughts on the air. We have all kinds of great music. We have some of the most incredible talents throughout the week. I love listening to the station, and it broadcasts all to about 500,000 people. Okay. As long as they're all listening at the same time. Yeah. We double up, invite some people over. Let's hit 1 million. All right. But so that gala is going to be really exciting. I, again, got the opportunity. I was asked if I would MC that. So we're going to do some improv comedy at that. We are going to have music by the DJs who, the personalities who work at the station are choosing their own music. So it's going to be really some great stuff. So you got Food for Friends. I want you to go to foodforfriends.org. Go to 983thelife.com. Go to the contact section. Reach out to them and say, hey, how do I get to go to the gala? That's September 26th. All right. Go to veteranspathofhope.org. But most importantly, go to totcenter.org. That's where you're going to learn about the Bacon Bash. And who doesn't love bacon? And right after a full day of eating bacon, what do you want to do? You want to go outside and run. Okay.
Yes.
So you want to do
like a great combo.
5K run or she doesn't care. You could cheat. You could do a jog. You could do a walk. You could say you did it.
You can do the crawl. And
exactly.
That's okay.
It doesn't matter. Really. So how long is the crawl for the baby?
5 yards.
I like that. I might do that instead. I like that. So there's a bunch of these organizations. This is what I said. This is what I got into is sometimes when we are donating, there's a couple different ways people can donate. Obviously, you show up at an event, you mail in money, you hand them cash, Zelle them, Venmo them, get whatever it takes, right? Break open the piggy bank. You can also set up in a way that you have a regular donation coming out monthly or something like that, because sometimes you want to give a little bit more, but you can't give it all at one point in time. So say to yourself, you know what? Maybe I'll give $100. Okay. And at the end of the year, it comes out to $1,200. Okay. So if you're ready to do $1,200, let's say you're ready to do 800 or 1,000, push yourself to the 1,200, just make it easy. $100 a month. If you think I'm a little too pushy, learn to live with it. You can always lower it a little bit. Say, I'm going to give $50 a month. Okay. We are more than happy to take on that would be $600 a year. And that's wonderful. When you do something like that, it helps an organization like TOTS so much, because then they have an idea of the money that's coming in on a regular basis, as opposed to just these big hits. Okay. Although this weekend is going to be a big hit. Okay.
But yes, the ongoing amounts are definitely very helpful for budgeting and for planning and just knowing that that's coming in. Absolutely.
So tell me something. I put the camera back on you. Tell me some of the things that, because the third way we can donate, you can give cash in one lump sum. You can give it in piece by piece, what do they call that? Do they call it anything?
I mean, like a monthly recurring donation. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That's what I call it. A monthly recurring donation.
Beautiful. I love that. All right. The other thing is that there's services you could provide. Like we're always looking for volunteers. Almost every organization is looking for volunteers.
Yes.
What are some of the other things that, man, if people would donate this would be wonderful.
Yeah. As we're getting ready to open up our new location, we're just going to have to fill it. We do have furniture that was already donated by a daycare in the area. I'll give them a shout out. Goddard School in Vernon Hills. They were fantastic. They were redoing all of their furniture, and they gave us all of their old cubbies and tables and chairs and everything.
Beautiful.
So that's been awesome. But paper towels and soap and all the things that we're going to use on a daily basis, gloves and, cook, serving utensils and craft supplies, everything. So we do have a wish list. Actually, we're going to have a QR code for that at our events.
Okay.
And that will be on the website. I don't believe it is right now, but it will be. So we have a wish list on Amazon that somebody, if they want to actually give things, or if they have something that's similar that they can donate, that's helpful. So that's all the items. When it comes to services, Honestly can't even think of it. But the one thing that's on my mind is the volunteers you mentioned.
Yes.
We do, like you mentioned, we do need one-on-one support for some of our students, and so we do also need extra people in the classroom. So we are asking volunteers for at least an hour, but ideally 2 hours per week, because children need consistency and they need to see familiar faces in there.
Yes.
So if your gift is teaching, or just spending time with kids on the floor playing and all that, that is definitely a huge help, because we're not in a place to hire an extra person right now, but we do need those volunteers in the classroom. So that's very helpful.
And being a person who volunteered for just an hour, just an hour. I think it was just an hour.
Yes,
but
you did.
it was so much fun. I mean, the kids.
You were awesome with them.
Thank you. I loved them. I mean, I loved chatting with them, drawing with them, playing with them. I'm one of the kind of people. You give me a bunch of kids, let them ask me as many questions as possible.
You had the conversations going. It was great.
Yeah. It was so much fun. And so, again, if you can't give money, give your time, give your services like that. And it's so much more memorable. Okay, there's just so much to it. Have you gotten anyone to donate the refrigerator freezer yet?
No, not yet.
All right.
I forgot to mention that.
I've been pushing that. Yeah,
Yes.
so we're looking for an industrial
commercial grade commercial grade freezer and fridge combo.
Yes.
So yes, if any restaurants are closing down or upgrading their equipment, we will take your old one if it works.
Yeah.
The other thing I just realized I forgot to mention, we are moving into our new location, so we have to move all of that furniture from storage to the building on September 20th from 2 p.m. 12 p.m. I think it's 12 p.m.
Yeah.
Through the afternoon. So if you have some muscles to give, we will need your muscles.
So how much stuff do you have to move, really?
About a 1-car garage size storage unit.
Okay.
So it's quite a bit.
So if a couple people showed up with pickup trucks and stuff like that.
Yeah, we will have a U-Haul. A pickup truck certainly will help too.
Awesome.
But yes, we just need the manpower to lift because it's a lot of heavy solid wood furniture.
Is it? Okay. So. Awesome. Okay. See, this is what I mean is it's easy to there are so many different ways to donate. Now, what I want to do is talk a little bit about the different types of things because we talked about putting the fun into fundraising.
Absolutely.
And I think this is so cool that you are I know I can't wait to see you at the 5K, because you're going to be grinning and laughing, because there'll be the kids, grandmas, they'll be like the toddlers running faster than the grandmas.
Yes.
Right. But there's all kinds of stuff like that. I've working with these other places at galas, like the one happening here for the radio station, the Veterans Path of Hope. Those are really cool because for the Veterans Path of Hope, it's really neat. You get to play dress up, right?
Oh, fun.
Yeah. And so I wear a tuxedo and the whole bit. So that's really neat. That's a great time. This one for the radio station will probably be not that fancy, a little bit down. But there are plenty of other events like that can just be wrapped around the dinner. We had the gala in Hawthorne Woods.
Yes,
not that long
back
ago.
in February. Yeah,
right.
The I Am Loved luncheon, and you looked fabulous in your red suit jacket or tuxedo. I'm sorry, it was
like a red velvety something.
Yeah, it was fancy. I don't know what it was, but it was fancy.
Yes. And so are you planning on doing that again?
We will be doing it again.
Nice.
Yeah, right around Valentine's Day, but it's celebrating love for children and family, and not
yes.
romantic
and
love.
So right, yes, completely.
If you're single, come.
You might meet somebody.
Right.
Get all the singles out there, right? Right. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to pitch that when it gets closer to that, to remind people
that'll be back
when that's going to be.
That'll be my 4th time on the station.
Nice. Wow. Well, I didn't say you were coming back. I just said I'm going to announce it. I didn't say I was going to invite you.
Wow.
4 times. And then I'll probably have to order a shirt soon. All right. So it's hold off. Right. So some of the other cool things that we need to be able to do at these events is obviously silent auctions, right? But you can't have the silent auctions is good as long as you have a good, easy way for people to win the prizes.
Yes.
You don't want to announce every single prize, especially sometimes you might have 30, 40 prizes, right? And you sit there and you spend an hour announcing each one, and you think, it's not going to take an hour. If it's 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute to announce, and you got 40, 50, 60 of those, it takes so long. So you're better off when you're doing a silent auction to post the winners somewhere. Okay. That's the silent auction. The idea of the silent auction can be a combination of things. It could be services. It can be an item, bottles of wine, etc. But it can also be just fun things. Like we could have the silent auction. who gets to throw the pie in Agnieszka's face, right?
Those are the ones that just get me. I'm like, how did so many people want to see this one ridiculous thing?
Yes.
But they do.
But that's it. People just need to see some value, they want to see some fun. They want to create a memory.
Exactly.
If I win, like I said, a bottle of wine, if I win a set of 4 for a golf course, it's not going to be as great a memory as being at the event itself. So I think that's why those kind of things are important.
Absolutely.
Another cool thing is making it like a game night where you create a lot of games that people are playing. It could be things like escape rooms. It could be actual board games. It could be card games. It could be anything like that. But things that people have to do and participate in order to win. Okay. At the Bacon Bash, we're going to be doing some stuff, drinking while hula hooping, and we're probably
games you come up with are great. I can't wait to see what you come up with this year.
Well, I'm taking a look back to the beer puppeteer.
Oh, okay.
So I'm looking at that. I'm going to rebuild that thing because that was a little wonky and a little heavy. So I'm going to try to build a lighter version of that.
Okay.
So, and I got plenty of time. It's this Saturday, right? Another cool thing would be is once the staff builds up, or for those places that have a large enough staff, is put on a talent show. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. And what you end up doing is just that. It's a great way for you to introduce the staff. And that could be a live fundraiser, or it could be a virtual one where you're put on there and you have to donate in order to see those videos. So there's all kinds of really cool things to do. It brings it's you talked about coming out of your comfort zone. I want to see what would be your talent?
My talent.
Yeah.
Oh boy. You're putting me on the spot.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, nothing that's like stage worthy. I am trying to ride a unicycle. That's my new thing that I'm trying to learn. So, I mean, if I really had to, I feel like I could step up my game with my training.
Nice. So a few years ago, my family, we did this annual talent show, just my family. And I'm one of 7 kids, right?
Are they all like you? Because that's probably
oh my God.
blast.
Yes, it is hilarious. And then nephews and nieces, the whole bit. And so it's great because there's usually about 7 talents.
Okay.
And there's a lot of silly, goofy singing, comedy, whatever the deal is, and it's hilarious. But we do this whole thing of nobody sees it; it's only for the family, right? Other people are like, "I'm going to come to this." Nope, only the family is invited. And so, yeah, we push it so we have trophies for winners. So it's always cool to go to somebody's house and see a trophy and go, "Oh, what did you do to win that trophy?" Right? So it's fun. But talent show is really neat. As well as you can invite other people like donors and that. If you have a talent, come on, and what can you do for the talent? And that's just more. It's just real fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
And then again, of course, I talked about the virtual fundraisers. There's all kinds of cool stuff like that, especially if you can work with a band or something like that, comedians, etc., where that's what you end up doing is you get them to do a virtual fundraiser and people pay to watch that. So there's a lot of really cool things you can do.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is don't just make it lame, right? don't just make it, come here, just give me some money.
Right.
Here's a bucket, drop money into it. Okay. That still works some places, but what we want to do is we want people to have experiences, right? And we want them to talk about it and look forward to it the year after.
Exactly.
Okay. So beautiful. So Agnieszka, real quick, we're going to run through the BACON as we're running down the time here. Building relationships. How do you do that? Why is it important? I'm throwing it right at you.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't give to the next person that would just come up to me and ask me for money, right? But when you build that relationship and you really find out about their cause, why they're passionate about it. I mean, that's why I go to so many networking events, whether it's the, Chamber of Commerce or the Rotary Club meetings or women's networking events. I do a couple. I have a few favorites that I frequent. But just going deeper, it's not just, we're in this for the long haul. So it's not just show up once, ask for money and leave.
Gotcha.
It's creating those, ongoing.
Okay. So here's one of the things I'm going to have you do, and I'll work with you. Is you go to a lot of chambers of commerce because that's a really important connection to you as long as you're going to the networking events. How many chambers of commerce are you a member of?
Now I'm down to 1. I was in 4 at one point.
Okay. So what we're going to need to do is assign people from the board or whatever to go to the networking events from those other places and just speak it up. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk to the chambers and say that you deserve to either get a free membership or 50% off.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you are looking for donations. You are a not-for-profit, right?
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. So why would the Chamber of Commerce charge a not-for-profit in order to help network?
Mm.
This is a great opportunity for other businesses to donate because they're looking for write-offs too. So
Mhm.
this is it's almost a benefit to have you as a member for the chamber.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's
They do have a discounted rate for nonprofits, so
all right.
I have been thankful for that.
All right. Well, we're gonna
But
dig,
you're stepping it up a little bit.
we're gonna dig it a little
Okay.
deeper than that, right? And it's gonna be fun because in an upcoming show, I'm going to have 3 of the executive directors from 3 different chambers
No
on
way.
the show. Yeah,
That is awesome.
it'll be Wakanda, the Chain of Lakes, and Lake Zurich
I love
area.
it.
So all 3 of the ladies will be here.
I can't wait to listen to that
that'll
one.
be a fun one. And so I'm going to hit them up with why aren't we giving not-for-profits free membership? So if they're listening, they're like, oh, great.
Here comes Marty again.
All right. So that's the building relationships, adding value. How do you make the donors feel like there's value in what they're getting?
Mhm.
Tell me a little bit about what you do there.
Yeah, I always bring it back to, you're not just helping one person, you're not just helping one child, you are really helping that entire family. Because when a family has childcare, that means that the parent can go back to work. And that way, if you own a business, one of your employees could be one of our parents.
Right.
Right. Like if you employ anybody under the age of 50, they very likely have children that need childcare. And so that not only impacts that immediate child and family, but also the local economy, the local businesses.
Yep.
So it really creates this ripple effect of, your donation really has quite the impact.
Wonderful. Wow. I thought I was going to have to correct you on the answer, but you did a wonderful job. Yeah. You must be good at this.
Thank you.
All right.
I have a good coach.
There you go. All right. So C in the bacon here is create experiences. And we've been talking about this. So out of all the things that you've done so far, you've run a bunch of different events,
Mhm.
whether they be the gala, the bacon bash, the 5K, etc.
Mhm.
Tell me, what are some of your favorite experiences? What are the ones that really stick out, the most memorable ones? And it's maybe for you as well as when you're looking and you're seeing the attendees, their faces. What are
Mhm.
some of the ones that really stick out in your mind?
I like the ones where you can bring a big group, and that's why we kept going with the 5K, just because it's our one event that we have done every single year
Yeah.
since we started, and I'm not giving up on that one. 'Cause
No.
it's fun. It's for any
Right.
age, for any ability. We did do a bike ride a couple years ago, and that was fun. The hard thing was that not everybody has a way to bring a bicycle
Yeah.
to an event. You have to have a rack and all that
Right.
stuff.
Right.
Whereas the 5K, everybody can come, everybody can walk, everybody can crawl or roll or however you get around. And so that's a fun one because you can bring a big group. It's a fun time. Free food. I mean, you can't go wrong.
There you go. There you go. I like it. I like it. Do you have any stories? Any stories that you remember seeing something that was just hilarious or just heartwarming?
I mean, the babies,
Yeah.
the crawl last year. I think we had 6 babies competing last year, and they were just, we have these tracks of different colors, assuming that they're all going to stay on
Right,
track,
right,
which
right.
obviously they don't. I mean, they were just crossing paths. One just kind of pummeled through all the other babies. I mean, it's just so fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So we get into finishing up the bacon is offer options.
Mhm.
Okay. And so we talked a little bit about this, but tell me a little bit more about how much, just kind of describe a little bit more compared to the one big donation versus the monthly reoccurring.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, well, I keep bringing it back to the 5K. It's an easy thing for every budget. Everybody can do a $30 or $40 registration for that. The monthly recurring, we do have 2 kind of main levels that we're asking for, either $21 a month or $97 a month. Those are very specific numbers that are near and dear to my heart, and so that's a story for another day.
Okay.
But those, again, we're looking for, different budgets. We want to have somebody who can give $20, that $21 a month,
Yeah.
or somebody, like you said earlier, $97, that $100 a month, like you're
Right.
saying. So for every budget.
Nice. I love it. And so then lastly, because I'm looking at this, we've got about 3 minutes left.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Time
So
flies.
we're right down to it. I just want, before I jump into this N, because I'm going to have you think about this, N is naturally grateful. I just want you to I want you to give one last plea for people to come to these events.
Mhm.
Okay. Come to the events to enjoy, obviously, but open your wallet. So I want you to think about what you're going to say before I throw it back to you. And what I'm going to do is just give these email and URLs to the people for some of these other places. So Food for Friends is, even though we're having the big event tomorrow, the golf outing, you can still always give. They're always looking for people. And that is foodforfriends.org, foodforfriends, all one word, .org. All right. It's a great organization helping a lot of people who don't know where their next meal is going to come from. And I had an opportunity to talk to some of the people who have literally been saved and helped by this organization. And it's incredible. I can't wait to meet more of the people tomorrow. We have the Veterans Path of Hope. They're going to be doing this Lead Farm live. It's a big concert on September 6th. That's in the evening. So you come to the Bacon Bash first, then drive over to that one. Moon Pie Outdoor Fishing Trip. They're doing that September 8th. This is all the Veterans Path of Hope. That's veteranspathofhope.org. All right. They have a 9th annual Ruck March. I just want to go in there to see these people carry that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we have the fundraising gala for the Veterans Path of Hope on October 3rd. And I'm emceeing that. It's cool because I don't wear this type of a shirt. I stand out in a whole different way. All right. And so again, you want to go to Veterans Path of Hope. I hope that you all set some time aside on September 26th, Friday night, for the Geo Awards Gala. We'll be passing out awards. There'll be some parting gifts for people, great music, some comedy and stuff. And this is to raise money for this station, 98.3 The Life. If you're listening to this station, if you enjoy any part of this station, any part during the week, realize that we're a not-for-profit. We're on the air because we raise money. Okay. So come on, go to 983thelife.com, go to the contact section, click on there and say, hey, I want to come to this gala. It sounds absolutely amazing. Marty built it up like it's the only thing in the world I need to do. And if you say that, you're lying, because the most important things you got to do is the TOTS things coming up this weekend. Bacon Bash. I want you to go to masterhappiness.com/Bacon Bash to learn all about this. You can win this enormous, beautiful, gorgeous rolling bar donated by the Brotherhood of the Traveling Pints. And all that money is going to go to TOTS Center. And if you don't like bacon, I don't even want to talk to you, but that's okay. If you don't like bacon, come the next day, and that's the 5K run for all. All right. Even if you don't want to run, walk, crawl, just come on over and fall. Whatever you want to do, just come here to help us raise some money. That's Sunday, September 7th. All right. So with the last couple of seconds, I'm going to give it back to you, Agnieszka. And this is the N in the bacon. Naturally grateful. Tell us what's going on in that kooky little head of yours.
I am just so thankful. I mean, the fact that we're looking at a building that we're moving into this month, I mean, that would not be possible without all the people who have given their time, given their resources over the past 4 years. And we're only getting started. And so the fact that this building is great, that the building is here is great. And let's keep the momentum going. And we can't do it without everybody else.
Excellent job. Excellent job. Did wonderful. So please remember, every penny counts. $1, if you can do that. Have your own little fundraiser. Do a lemonade stand. Do something like that. Knock on doors. Collect. Cheer. Get your friends and neighbors together. Come on to the 5K or the Bacon Bash and say, hey, look at this. We just raised $1,000. We just raised $100. We raised $10. Whatever it is. Come on over. Join the fun. And know that your money is going to such a wonderful, wonderful organization. So thank you so very much. I'm Marty Jalove and this is Bacon Bits with Master Happiness. And thank you, Agnieszka.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure. And you'll be back a fourth time.
Woo-hoo!
Fifth time for the shirt, we'll have to see. Okay. Joe didn't even get a shirt yet.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to live up to Joe's standard.
There you go.
And beyond.
All right. And thank you guys all so very much. See you next week.
Thank you.
WRLR 98.3 FM LP, Round Lake Beach, Illinois.